Cynthia. The Pokemon community knows her as the trainer that traumatized children when they played Diamond, Pearl, Platinum when they were still young, or were just annoyed by her in battle, and some even called her the strongest trainer. These things about Cynthia made me terrified to try and go through a Sinnoh game. Just reading through the experiences of some people with the champion made me really want to step away from anything related to Sinnoh. That was until a few days ago, where I finally tried to beat Pokemon Platinum. Everything was normal, just me steaming through the game while doing the main storyline and collecting badges and getting new team members. Eventually, I reached the Pokemon League and I started to get nervous again, but I couldn't back down now, right? I settled with a team that consists of a Gallade, a Staraptor, a Infernape, a Giratina, a Weavile, and a Gastrodon. I was confident and still nervous at the same time with this team. But after defeating the Elite Four, I finally reached the hallway that led to the Champions Room. After a few dialogues by Cynthia, and the piano that plays while he was doing that later, the battle begins. I led with Staraptor hoping to KO the Spiritomb with Brave Bird spams. And it actually worked. The first Brave Bird did a lot of damage and the Spiritomb retaliated with a Dark Pulse. It did okay damage, but I used another Brave Bird that KO'd the Spiritomb. Cynthia then sent out her Togekiss, and since my Staraptor was already at low HP, I had to switch to my Pokemon that knew an electric type move. So I switched into Giratina. The Togekiss retaliated with a quick Air Slash and I followed with Thunderbolt, which did okay damage. And when I was about to use another Thunderbolt, she switched into her Garchomp, negating any damage from Thunderbolt. I then used Dragon Claw, but her Garchomp outsped, meaning it killed Giratina. I sent out my Weavile named Bivol to KO the Garchomp. The Garchomp outsped again and used Dragon Rush, which I was confident Bivol could take. And Bivol took the hit with red HP left. But I was pretty sure this next move could KO the Garchomp. Avalanche is an Ice-type move which is 4 times effective against Garchomp. It deals more damage if the enemy hits first. With all of these, a guaranteed KO was about to happen. And I was correct. Garchomp's HP slowly decreased until it fainted, so I defeated her ace pretty easily. Her next Pokemon was Lucario, so I switched into Infernape. The Lucario didn't even get to attack because my first attack, which was Flarelets, outcould the poor Lucario. Her next Pokemon was Milotic, so I switched into Gallade to one-shot it after I do 3 Swords Dances. Luckily, her Milotic kept on spamming Mirror Coat. Gallade managed to set up Swords Dance and the Milotic then used Surf. But Gallade took it and used Psycho Cut, killing the Milotic instantly. Cynthia sends out her Togekiss again. And this is where the battle turns difficult as hell for me. I went for Psycho Cut since Gallade already set up Swords Dance and thinking my Gallade was faster than Togekiss. And oh boy, I was so wrong. The Air Slash hit Gallade and it was killed immediately. I sent out my Gastrodon and tried to hit it with a Blizzard, but the Togekiss outsped and hit with an Air Slash. I thought Blizzard would hit right after, but it made Gastrodon flinch. I decided to try again, but this time Blizzard missed and my Gastrodon took massive damage. So I went for a max potion to put Gastrodon at full HP again. The Togekiss then hit with another Air Slash and Gastrodon took it pretty well and took the second one barely being alive. So I decided to just revive Giratina, and while doing that, Gastrodon died to a water pose. I went for another Thunderbolt only to just get flinched by another Air Slash, but finally on the second try I got the Thunderbolt. I foolishly maxed out Bivol's HP, thinking it would kill Togekiss with an Avalanche if Giratina ever goes down. Giratina surprisingly survived the next Air Slash, which means I could go for another Thunderbolt. It put Togekiss at red HP and paralyzes it. But this was basically pretty much gonna do nothing since Cynthia can just full restore it. And I did another stupid decision by reviving Gallade, thinking I can survive an Air Slash and retaliate with one last Psycho Cut. Giratina goes down to Water Pulse, and then I sent out Bivol. What I didn't know is the fact that Togekiss had Aura Sphere. I was actually so shocked when playing this. I was literally so mad, but I was mostly shocked as well. And of course, Bibble goes down to this move. I then sent out Staraptor, gave it a max potion, and then used Brave Bird to do a decent chunk of damage to Togekiss. The Togekiss did Shockwave, which puts the Raptor at a pretty low amount of HP. The recall damage puts the Raptor at 15 HP before dying to an Aura Spear. Remember when I said I revived Gallade to use Psycho Cut? Yeah, that didn't happen. I sent out Gallade and it actually outsped with close combat, putting Togekiss at red HP. Gallade died and I was left in my last Pokemon, Infernape. I used Return and finally made the Togekiss faint. So Cynthia was left with her last Pokemon, a Roserade, which Infernape took out with a critical hit Flare Blitz. And finally, that is how I beat Cynthia for the first time. Honestly, I really wasn't expecting Togekiss to be this hard, since I was mostly expecting problems with Garchomp, but hey, at least I finished it. Maybe I'll play Pokemon Platinum soon again. I don't know if I'll make a video on it, or I'll make another video like this again.